closely, and you'll notice motorcycles never ride straight. They trace an almost imperceptible weave. Why, and what should we do about it?
The final boarding call ist die Medienheitsfabrik. Departing from gate.
Bitte beachten Sie das Rauchverbot in unseren Terminals.
So I flew to Chianti so we could study more closely the swaying motion.
See, they have these things called bicicletas here. I'm not really sure what they're for, but you can lock the steering on them.
Now it's unrideable. You cannot balance a bike when the handlebars won't turn, so something about that steering weave must be responsible for keeping a bike upright.
Now see, as the motorcycle starts to fall in, the front wheel starts to turn this way. And part of that is the mass in front of the bars dragging the wheel down. Part of it's the gyroscopic precession of the turning wheel. This is very illustrative. Thank you.
But neither of those things are system critical. And to prove it, the only way to prove it is to ride a Panigale around Misano World Circuit. Woo!
See, this race bike has no weight swinging ahead of the handlebars, and it has a reverse spinning crankshaft to offset the gyroscopic forces.
This experiment will learn us some physics because look, it still weaves and it still stays upright.
So there must be another force, the system critical force, that makes your tire do this when the bike starts to fall over. To understand it, we must eat the meatballs. Now this is your wheel and this is your fork, obviously. And because it's raked out, the wheel contacts the ground slightly behind the steering axis. Now when this is upright, well, nothing happens, but lean the system over and that same force turns the wheel around. Aha! Yeah, grazie. Okay. Company card's okay?
So here's what happens. A bike leans left, so the normal force pushes the wheel left, steering the tires back underneath the center of gravity. Then the bike leans right, so it steers right, again correcting the tires back under the bike. This weave is what keeps a motorcycle upright.
It's clear enough when a racer falls off their bike, but under the rider, the effect is so minute you wouldn't even feel it. Just to make sure, though, I had to hang out with Franco Morbidelli. Frankie, do you ever notice the bike weaving underneath you?
What do you mean?
Grazie. I know what you're thinking. What is the point of all this hard work just to arrive at some theoretical answer that can't even be felt? Well, if your forks must weave left and right to keep the motorcycle balanced, then tightening up on the handlebars only limits that movement. So if you want to be more secure, loosen up. Thanks for watching, and thanks to Flying Eyes for sponsoring this rigorous analysis. Did you know you can get their unfeelably thin frames in a clear finish as well? I'm not riding these every day, so I know how they can help avoid pressure points inside a helmet. Now I'm wondering whether they could help me avoid a glasses tan too. Click the link below, use the promo code Fortnite for 10% off. In another 4 hours, we should have another hard answer to another very hard question.